I'm saying bye to this gym very soon. This gym has given me everything I could have asked for and more. It has taught me more than I ever thought I would learn. It's shaped me into who I've become. It's led me to people that have insane value to me. With that being said, my lease is done in December and I'm deciding not to re-sign it. In this video, and I realized I didn't really give an explanation of what this video is. So this is my journey of how I came from Egypt to the US, to then going to school and then going to community college, to then dropping out of community college and then pursuing personal training and social media. And then from there, opening up my gym and the journey of my gym and the struggles of having a physical gym, the finances and the struggles, and now me deciding to not renew my lease. So I hope y'all stick around. And so I was born and raised in Egypt. I moved here when I was 11. There was some problems going on in Egypt at the time. The Egyptian Revolution was going on, and my parents decided to come to America for a greater future for me and my brothers, and we got our green cards and didn't even get my citizenship actually until 2021, 2022. I oath to be an American citizen, okay? It was a process, it was a journey. I literally would not trade me growing up in Egypt for the world. I love my home country and it holds a really special place in my heart. My parents brought us here for bigger and better opportunities, and I honestly couldn't thank them more for what they've done for us. They've sacrificed so much for us and I wanted to make them proud. I hope I'm doing that right now, but I feel like I have more work to do, bigger dreams to accomplish, bigger goals. When I came here, it was all very new, very fresh, right? I was like, whoa, America. Coming here was definitely a shock, a culture shock for me. I literally knew little to no English, and I went to 5th grade like, let's go, girl. You're gonna learn. I was in ESL. I went from having 55s in my tests to getting hundreds by the end of the year. Now, of course, I did have assistance. My teacher was literally amazing. My ESL teacher, English second language, she was amazing. I will thank her because she helped me so much. I started getting hundreds. I was doing my thing, okay? I was getting the hang of it. Reality started to sink in for me. Like, I do not have my family around. Like, yes, I have my immediate family around, my brothers, my mom, my dad, but that was it. I was 12 years old realizing that, oh my gosh, I don't have my grandparents, my cousins, my friends. 15 came around, I started becoming a little bit more okay. Like, this is good. Like, I'm starting to feel like I'm a part of something. I did believe that my family was very different. And, being Middle Eastern, it was a big change, to keep it at that. And I finally started getting adjusted, like truly in 2015, to this new reality that we were living in. Fast forward to high school. I went to high school. I started loving it. But at 17 years old, I really lost myself. Like, I was really sad, really angry, but really just, I don't know how to put it into words, but I literally had no control over my emotions. I would scream at my family for what reason? I just had anger built up. Also, I grew up Christian, right? I grew up knowing there's a God, right? I didn't know God. I didn't have a relationship with Jesus. I really didn't. I really felt like I lost my belief in Jesus and God in 2017 when I was really in a rough patch. I was gaining weight. I was a teenager. I was going through normal teenager girl stuff. 17 was really the age that I kind of broke down, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I also thank my teacher. She was really there for me. And in 2017, the year I was going through all of this, it was just a lot. I was a lot. I would be pissed if I had students like that. I kind of gave her so much attitude in the class. And then I walked out and she pulled me in after the class and she gave me a bracelet and it said, choose joy. And I didn't really understand what that meant. And I was just like, fine, like, I'll wear it. She only gave me the bracelet, by the way, to wear here and there, okay? Like, it wasn't like she gave it to me. And she comforted me and was there for me. And it truly meant so much because I was just so rude to her. Like, how could she be nice to me when I was just so rude to her? Anyways, then I went on religious retreat. It was honestly one of the most amazing experiences, and I truly felt a relationship with God at that point in my life. And at the end of the retreat, we all received letters, right? I opened up a letter and it's from Miss, and it's the bracelet, choose joy. And I literally cried my eyes out. I was like, oh my gosh, like she gave it to me. And after that retreat, I started like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been missing. And it was a real connection with God. 2017 was also just the year that everything changed for me. I started working out. I was very unhappy with the fact that I was gaining weight. Obviously, it was inconsistent, but then consistent and then inconsistent. Fast forward to 2019 when I literally felt like I did the dang thing. I lost the weight. I felt pretty confident in myself. I was killing it in my classes, getting 4.0 GPAs. I was in honor roll. I was in AP classes. I graduated top 5 in my class. Okay, let me just say there was 90 people in my class, but that counts for something. Okay, that counts for something. I felt like everything was working out. Like there was time to decide, okay, which college are you going to? Everybody's asking, which college are you going to? And I was like, I never had a clear answer. I was kind of embarrassed about it. For me, I viewed it as this perspective that, oh my gosh, everybody's going to these nice schools and, I can't afford that. Regardless, I got accepted into Rutgers and I was like, all right, I'm going to Rutgers. And then for some reason, I just decided, actually, 30K for a year of school is crazy. I don't even know if I'm confident in what I want to do. So I got a scholarship to go to community college for free. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to community college. So went to community college. In that same time I decided to go to community college, I also started my fitness page. And my fitness page was my pride and joy. I mean, I just like fell in love with fitness. People in my school were asking me, like, what did you do? What did you do? I was like, girl, I'm working out and I'm doing this. I was like, you know what? Let me start a fitness page and share my journey. I started it after high school, started posting my journey. People are asking me like, oh my God, do you do personal training? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Then I started college, right? My hope was to be an architect, engineer, architect, somewhere along these lines. I started taking the classes, chemistry, calculus. I was like, dang, okay, is this what I want to do? Is this what brings me joy? I kept asking myself and I kept posting my fitness journey and I fell in love more with fitness. And then I got these 2 girls who asked me if I do personal training. I called my parents that day. I was actually also working at Bob's Discount Furniture as a customer service rep. And I called my parents. I was like, yeah, I'm done school. And I was actually pleasantly surprised with my mom and my dad's reaction. Middle East culture, college is so important. I would have expected some sort of pushback, but my mom was very supportive of me. She believed in me. She believed that I could achieve my goals and my dreams. There was nothing I appreciated more, right? And my dad was obviously giving me a little bit of pushback, but he was like, you know what? Okay. Okay. With his accent. But, okay, Jenny, but this. I'm like, okay, I got you. I heard you. And the thing is, I was like, you know what? If I really need to go back to school, I will go back to school. It's not like it's going anywhere, okay? So I started taking my NASM course. My NASM course, when I started that, was the same time COVID lockdowns were announced. I was like, no way. I was locked in. I was studying every day. I was applying what I was learning to what I was doing. My physique was feeling better. I was feeling better. I was educating myself and really applying what I've learned into my daily life. And I started making posts about it. Like, this is what I've, the importance of water, right? Food. This is what to do to increase your stability. Like little things I was posting about. And I just fell more and more and more in love with it. So by the end, right? It wasn't like COVID was done, because COVID wasn't done for like a whole year. Maybe, it's still going, but at least the COVID lockdown. By the end of it, I was like, you know what? I passed my cert. I did it. I took the proc exam, passed. I was on cloud 9. And I decided to go into a gym and see if they were Atilis. I decided to go into Atilis and see if they were I wanted to see if they were taking in coaches. They were like, okay, you could train people here. You just got to pay $10 per client. Right? I was like, all right, like, let's go. So I started with my first client. She was my friend, and it was an amazing journey. And truly, I just enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed training her. And then, I started training even more girls. I was charging $20 an hour, and I was working like a dog. I was working all the time at the gym, like always there, taking in clients. People are reaching out. I'm like, come here, girl, let's train. Like, well, come on. And I just like loved seeing my clients glow. Like, that's when I really fell in love with it, is when I saw my clients truly glow. And it was so exciting. I posted a client transformation and it went viral. And I started kind of gaining traction on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram. After years of building it, like 2 years, I was slowly working up. But that year that I started personal training, it started going higher. And I was like, what the heck? Like, this is so cool. I started getting so many inquiries about training. And I was like, yeah. I kept going and I never stopped. Then comes 2022. After 2 years of training people in person, I was starting to hit a low. Obviously, I loved posting on social media. I loved all of that. But there was something missing in the equation. Like, I was like, something's missing here and I don't really know what it is. And I was sad about it. I was really kind of just down about it. I felt in my heart that there was something more for me and I didn't want to let my parents down. I didn't want to let myself down. So I just pondered on that thought. And then randomly in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm going to open up a gym. I'm going to open up a gym. And I started going crazy. Like, oh my gosh. All right. Got to look at places, looked up places, right? Then I found this spot. I was like, can I come in for a tour? This place looked like a mess. I was like, yeah, that's the one. With all the money I had saved up at the time, I decided to lock in and transform this place. And it was transformed. I transformed it into my personal little gym. It was so fun. That process was literally so fun for me. But girl, I maxed out on every credit card. I used up all my savings for this place. Flooring, dumbbells. We got the Smith machine, the mirrors. These little things started adding up, right? And I still hadn't paid rent yet because they gave me 2 months free or 3 months free to get my place together before I started paying rent. And expenses started piling up quick. And I was like, dang. I mean, I was making it work. I was doing the best I can. I had an interest-free credit card, right? I was like, all right, I have 15 months, pay this off, right? I used all my savings, everything I had. And then the debt started piling up. And then I started my rent and I started training people here. And I was like, oh, wow. Reality started to set in. I was not ready for this. I was not ready for this, but I did it anyways. And I think that was a really big leap of faith. I'm truly grateful I did it. I would not go back. I would not go back because I loved the process of it. But reality really started to sink in when I was like, oh, I have electricity to pay. I have, gas to pay. I have my rent. And then they told me, girl, you need a sign. I said, what do you mean I need a sign? I mean, I knew I needed a sign. They said it in the lease. But I looked up at prices, $5K quote. All right, pay for the sign. More debt piling up. Y'all, it's funny now, but that was a tough time in my life. It really was because I was really proud of my accomplishment and I knew I was going to come back from it. And I knew that's what risks involve is just taking a leap of faith and saying, you know what, this will work. Had that debt, but I was still like paying my rent, my electricity. I even got internet, all of these things. I actually got rid of internet. I don't use it in here. But then comes, 2023. I missed 3 gym payments, 3 gym rent payments. They said, if you do not pay this fully in 10 days, we are terminating your lease. Woo! Things started settling in, girl. How did I not pay this? Like, how did I not make that happen? Man, I was stressed out. I was really stressed out. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to pay it off. I borrowed money from my brother, and it's really embarrassing to say. I'm actually really ashamed of that. I paid him back. Don't worry. We were at a position where, I was just honestly ashamed of myself for letting, debt pile up, but I still had time to pay off my stuff. I just needed to figure out a plan of how to scale this business. But there's only one of me. How can I train that many people in one day and not burn myself out, right? And then, I thought of, okay, maybe I should start classes. Like it wasn't a space that was built for classes. Like, yes, I could have people in here and, maybe 9 people, 5 to 9 people max, but it still wasn't like what was gonna do it for me, right? Like it wasn't making sense number-wise. I would still need to, hire people, but I didn't have the ability to hire anybody because I literally felt like lost. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was in a deep one. I really was. And I haven't shared that with a lot of people. The only people that knew are my family, people I love. And this is where Ben comes in. He transformed my life. So my friend Jocelyn introduced Ben and I together through text, like basically saying, hey, my friend Ben's gonna reach out to you on Instagram. Like he wants to do fitness collabs with you. And she said a winky face. I was like, girl, kind of not like pushed it away, but I was like, okay. And then I kind of never really met up with him until months later. And the reason we met up was because I posted on my story, hey, slide up if you teach classes. I'm looking to host a class at my gym. So he slides up and he's like, I teach boxing. I was like, oh my gosh, come teach a class. So we planned it out. We scheduled the class. He comes in and I was just like, hi, like, hello, welcome. And he started teaching the class, of course. It was like 5 of us, 6 of us. It was a free class. So I just had it for fun. The way I looked, I was just impressed. I was genuinely impressed with Ben. How like he presented himself, how motivating, inspiring he was. I was literally feeling inspired being around his presence. I felt a pull to him. I didn't really quite know what happened that day, but it kind of just, I was like, wow, I really admire this guy. Like I admire his hard work. Then he went and pays for all of our salads. We went to get salad and he paid for all of our salads. And I was like, wow, that was really sweet. Really, really sweet. So then we kept contact. Obviously he came, taught a couple more classes. And the more classes he came and taught, the more I was like, wow, like his mindset. We started having deeper conversations. And I really viewed him as a really awesome friend. Like truly, I was amazed by him, honestly. At one point I was like, how do you have it all put together? I asked him, I was like, how do you have it all put together? And he obviously, it seems like it. And I was like, no, you got it put together. And I was just admiring that, right? So one day, it was the end of a class and everybody left. And I was really emotional, really ashamed. And I had nobody to talk to. Like, have this big vision and it to be kind of like something I'm ashamed of mentioning, like, yeah, I'm really struggling. So I didn't reach out to anybody for help, but that night specifically, I felt really compelled to just talk to him about it. And I broke down. I just started crying and I was like, I need help. And he was just so supportive and like so helpful. And ever since that day, we started working together. And that was the first person I think I've really been vulnerable with about my situation. And he was just there. And right when I said I needed help, he was there. He was there from that day till now. And he dramatically helped me out. Thought of him as like genuinely somebody that I can find comfort in and to just share. And seeing him be so ambitious, and I saw him as this like, and he's the most hardworking man I've ever met in my life. I just saw that and I really, really liked that about him. Ever since that day, he started helping me, we started working together, and I started back up online coaching. And then we did hybrid programs where, you know, you do online and in person. And we just started working together in such a creative way, creating these amazing programs with insane value. We've been working on it for 2 years. It's constantly improving, but I got back up. I paid off all my gym rent. I paid off all my debt. And I'm at a point where I'm saving money, investing, and this gym has brought me so many memories. What happened in this gym? I met Ben in this gym. I cried in this gym asking for help. I've built amazing relationships in this gym, like friendships with my clients. I've built so many memories in here. But I think it's safe for me to say that this gym has given me everything I could have asked for and more. It has taught me more than I ever thought I would learn. It's shaped me into who I've become. It's led me to people that have insane value to me. With that being said, my lease is done in December and I'm deciding not to re-sign it. And it's gonna be a sad, sad moment for me, but this is not a bad thing. I have bigger goals in mind, bigger vision. I don't wanna be in Jersey. Doesn't mean I'm done with in-person training. That doesn't mean I'm done with coaching. I am not giving that up. It's my pride and joy. It is literally what I love to do, and I would never throw that away. But this gym, I'm saying goodbye to. And I'm saying hello to new doors. I have so much planned, but right now I'm putting it in God's hands. And closing my gym, it's not a failure. It's a lesson that has helped me find my true path. It led me to amazing creations in this gym. Sometimes the bravest thing you could do is actually let go. God is just, he's amazing. And when you put faith in him, you don't need to worry. You don't, because everything will work out. Everything will. If there's a will, there's a way. If you believe that you can, you will. I am truly proud of myself for not letting those failures keep me down. I got up again and again and again. I lost a little faith, I gained it back. I lost a little faith, I gained it even more back. And I'm just so grateful to where I'm at right now. I am so proud of myself for this gym, and I will never, ever regret it for a single second. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Like follow, girl, or like subscribe.